3, 2, 1。
咁如果你去兩個方咧，你會見到佢。以前係 Polar，成日都喺度影緊相。
Greg and I.
但係嗰啲相咧真係好撚正。
Wait.
I'm kidding, man.
Oh, I was so confused. I was like, should I talk in English or Chinese? Like, somebody told me that I have a Singaporean accent. I was so pissed. I mean,
This is like Italian.
what the fuck? I think we would never get it done until like 6 or 7.
Kinetic Outcome, and we are with Kenneth.
Hi, my name is Kenneth.
And he thinks it's funny, so we're gonna do another take.
You see what you do? You see what?
Let's warm up, man.
Okay, fine.
Because you were laughing.
No, I know, because
Should I
you
take
sound
this
different.
seriously?
You sound different.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? You're now watching Kinetic Outcome, and we are with Kenneth.
Hi, my name is Kenneth.
8 years in the business of
Yeah.
photography and Canevia photography, right?
No, aka Canevia photography.
A Canevia. So I screwed up on that part. So we're gonna make sure it's right in the description box. But anyway, let's keep this natural. So let's keep moving forward. Okay. So quick intro of yourself on how you started in this business and where you got to now.
Okay, I was working at the airport before for like over 3 years as a server. And then one day I just quit my job, went to Europe to travel. When I came back, I was like, what should I do? Then I started thinking, I was like looking for jobs. Maybe I can do photography. So I actually, by that time I was still in Europe, and I found an assistant job in a wedding studio. And I basically, when I came back, I sent an email to them, and I was like waiting for calls, and suddenly, like one day, my friend gave me a call. It's like, hey, Kenneth, I think somebody's looking for a photographer at a club called Play, like in Nangkwai before. And so I basically sent them a message. It's like, oh, are you looking for a photographer? I might be available. I've tried to shot, like photos in a club before. And they were like, oh, come try. And then after that time, they liked me. And I've been working as a club photographer.
Were you Play, right?
Play.
Were you coordinating with Saravi at the time?
Yes, you know the person.
Shout out. Yeah. Okay, cool. But let's say we go in depth now, like from the start.
Yeah.
Where you were born and where did you study, then how did you get to your last job, and what was the tipping point of you really just getting out?
Okay. Like the days that I was born? Or
Yeah. Like
where
it
really
starts.
details?
Like, I was born in...
I was born in Hong Kong.
Yeah.
And I studied here for most of my life. And I did a 1-year student exchange in the Czech Republic, which nobody normally knows, unless you're a very close friend to me. And after that, after my student exchange, I came back. I started working as a courier in DHL, like the speed post company, and for 3 years. After 3 years, I moved to the airport, like server thing, which I've told you before, for like also like 3 years. And then one day that I think I just getting tired of, asking questions like simply, I couldn't imagine, like basically I couldn't imagine myself, keep asking coffee or tea when I'm like 40, 50, or even like 60. I think this is not the thing that I want to do. Then, but I was like kind of lost at that moment. So I was trying to find like something that I like. And also by that time I was like, I bought my new camera. So I thought that I might be able to be a photographer, or I learned to be a photographer.
Were you in your 20s at that time?
By that time, I think 25, 26.
So you're probably like thinking in your head, 30 years later, coffee or tea?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
I'm not even like joking.
I can relate. Had a similar experience with my second job, full-time. My first full-time job, actually. Yeah. Am I going to be doing this forever for the rest of my life? Like, you have that moment, right? Yeah. So, okay, cool. So moving towards the photography side, you had a camera, you just played around with it. And,
Pretty much.
And you're like figuring out that you're actually good at it?
Yeah, and also learning from friends, like my company partner, Pei Palmer. He's also a Filipino. And
I have him in Facebook.
Yeah, right. You know the person.
But we never met.
Okay, so he's actually famous. And so he's kind of like a mentor to me in a way. So he's even like my company partner now.
Yeah,
sure.
Okay. Well, how did that partnership happen?
We used to work together and the company closed down. So we opened our own.
Okay. And this was already with your third partner?
The third partner? Which third partner?
Eugene?
No, without Eugene. Eugene is only like sharing the studio.
Oh, okay.
So my company partner is like really, for example, you see all the pictures of the kids. These are some of his works, like all our works.
Okay. Yeah. So moving forward, how long did it take you to realize that this was it? Like, I want to pursue this. When you were still experimenting left and right?
No, I don't know. To be honest, like, I don't know. Like from the first place to, I think most of my shooting, career, like I have no idea if it's my real job or not. But then until I found the purpose of doing it, I think this is more important than finding like a blank of like that's it. This is what I do for life. I think you have to understand what you should do as a human. I would say, like sometimes let's say this is what we call like a soul goal. I think this is until I found that time, which is like 6 years. Like after 6 years, until like there's a point that I shoot something and I found that all my pictures makes people happy, and I think this is the purpose of me. This is purpose of me doing like photography, and also the reason. And I think if you found this purpose or that soul goal, as I would call it, like your career will be pretty smooth, because like it might not lead to the exact point that what you wish for, but it will go to the certain ways that at least to the direction that you will feel comfortable with.
How do you spell it again? So what?
Soul goal, SOULGOAL.
Oh,
yeah.
Soul Go.
Yeah.
Okay. I get
Not
it.
soul goal.
Yeah, because I was thinking Soul Go.
No, soul goal.
Okay, Soul Go.
Yeah.
All right, that's the first time I ever heard of it. So
All right.
yeah, something new. So to the next question is pursuing this, right? There's going to be the tough times and also the rewarding times, right? So how would you share for both sides? Like what's rewarding for you, and also how did you handle the down moments, or maybe when you were still building it up?
No, I think during my career was like pretty much like going uphill slowly. For example, when I started in the clubs, and after some times I started shooting like local bands, and then from like local bands I start shooting like arena size like concerts, for example like with Asia World Expo, and it's kind of going up until my down point was like definitely COVID. Yeah, COVID was a big hit for me, and I was pretty glad because I had like family, I have friends, showing support. So like I was even like just helping my parents out, because like basically that year was like I had no work at all, as a photographer. So it was kind of tough, but I made it through because of them. And also like the friends said, because they knew that I had a really difficult time. So they just like basically hired me for like some random reasons. That, I want, for example, like somebody would come to me and say, I want a DJ, profile shots. I want like, I'm going to like organize a live concert. And so I need you to record some of the photos, for example. So they just like paid me like a certain money, which they kind of squeezed to me. So I was like pretty thankful for that.
Okay. From a scale of 1 to 10, you don't need to give me numbers, right? But how much did you fall like low on business?
What do you mean?
Like there's 1 to 10, right? 10 is like your maximum. And then when COVID hit, like, were you at 1, 2, 3?
Oh, I basically got almost like 0.
Oh man, that's really tough.
Yeah, like really bad. Because like my industry was like, you know, like events, concerts, festivals. Like right now, it's not still 100% recovered from before. But I would say I recovered like 70%, 80%. I'm waiting for like the overseas concerts from festivals coming back.
Yeah, because, well, hopefully all works out, but we're opening to international travel next year.
Yeah.
So hopefully business flows in again.
Yeah.
Okay. And next question is, what do you feel, well, I can tell honestly, but I'll ask you, what do you feel makes you unique in terms of your approach or product?
Yeah, of my photography.
Compared to like people you're competing with or the market?
I think character or style, I would say. Like it's pretty much like the same thing in a way if you understand photography. Style is like one thing that I've been telling people to develop instead of like trying to copy somebody's works. You know, like, you know, for you, for example, like you rap. You can't copy somebody's styles. You want somebody to remember you as, you know, I'm the man, you know, I'm Hector. This is my style. People listen to it, like after like 10 seconds, they knew that it's you. Same thing with me. I want people to see my pictures. It's like, without the credit, they already know that I did the work. I think this is the only way that makes you unique. Everybody has a different eye. You know, everybody see things different. So you can't just, you know, saying like, oh, I'm unique, then you're unique. No, it's all by your products, like which is your photos.
I feel like it's a collective of inspiration from different artists in their own craft. But there are many that just copy. Or they're too close to the one they're a fan of.
Yeah.
Rather than building on to their own taste, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense. Because I've seen a lot of people just trying to copy, like, you know, like doing the style and claim that it is themselves. But by seeing like 1 second of the photo, I already knew that it is the style of somebody else. You know, there's no point, you know, there's no point. I'm not saying in a very, you know, in being aggressive, because I won't say that, saying that, but it just, you know, without your own eyes and your brain to digest the whole thing, you just copy it, you know, and there's no spirits inside the product or inside the photo. You know, there's no, like, okay, so what else? Yeah. After 10 years later, are you going to still copying somebody's stuff instead of developing your own, you know? It's kind of bad, sorry.
Okay. What about your market, right? What do you feel their approach is to your industry? And if you had the power to do it, what do you think should change or you will change?
The power of changing the industry.
Yeah, let's say you have all the money, you're running the whole industry.
Okay.
You can make change. And so 2 parts here. One is, how do you think their approach is now?
Yeah.
And what can be improved? And second is, what will you change?
I think I want more quality people to control the market instead of like somebody just, you know, controlling the market because they have the connections. Yeah. I see a lot of talented photographers here. But then they're not in the place that they supposed to be in. Just because there's somebody who knows, you know, like one record label company, then they have been hired as their concept photographer for life. But then when you see the photo, they're just like not good enough, I would say. But then I could point like at least like 5 photographers can do like better job than this guy, but they can't reach to that level just because they keep it as a closed circle. This is, if I got power, I would like to change it, like in a good way, because it helps the society to improve. And this is one thing that I wanted to change as well.
Politics in general?
Kind of.
I mean, it's like that in hip-hop, so.
Yeah. It doesn't make sense to me at all. Like, you know, like you see a lot of talented photographers or even like hip-hop artists. They just like there's no way out for them. Then at the end, they need to give up because, you know, they can't reach at some certain point. But I've been saying one thing that, you know, like artists here, like artists in Hong Kong, they're not bad at all. They're like, there's a world-class quality. But then think about why can't they go to the international level? You know, or there's only like maybe 5 or 6 person can ever go to that level, which the rest of them actually got like, you know, world-class quality.
Yeah. Well, we gotta stick back to the topic to you.
Yeah.
If someone interviews me, then I'll talk about hip hop.
Yeah. The hip hop talk of the same thing. Come on.
So, next question is, throughout your progress, when you quit your job as well, and you're trying to figure this out, how was your support system at the time and doubters? Like, was it more on one side or balanced?
What do you mean?
Like, there's going to be people that, you know, just don't support what you did.
Oh, right. Like, luckily enough, like I was like...
Or you had more support.
I have more support. I have actually over like 100% support, even with my family. You know, as everybody knows, you know, like Chinese families always dealt with your, you know, idea of like being an artist. My parents was like, oh, go do whatever you want, you know, if you feel like it. And they were pretty proud of me, you know, like being nobody to somebody. And they were pretty proud till now. So I was like, thankfully, you know, being great for that.
Okay. Did you have like, well, not only haters, right? Like political issues as well? You know, because there's this thing as well, like it's like that in hip hop, right?
Yeah.
I don't know with you, but there are people that know you're good, but they've been longer in the game.
Oh,
but they do their best so you don't get what they have.
Okay.
Like, do you experience that as well in your industry?
I think a few, like only like 1 or 2 times. But then you can't help what they try to do. You only can do your best. If I got a shot, then I'll make sure that I'm going to kill you right away.
Okay.
Yeah.
But regardless, if you're good, you get noticed anyway.
Most of the time, yes.
Yeah. All right. Cool. And that was pretty fast as well. This whole thing, I'm pretty surprised. I guess this is the second last question, right? Is there anything that you're excited about that you're looking forward to for next year or the years to come that you'd like to share?
Start traveling again. Start shooting international festivals.
So you're big on the music festivals?
I'm okay. Okay. Yeah, I do big in the concerts, I would say. Festival is like one stuff that I'm looking forward to do. Especially like start flying again, touring sometimes.
They pay for your flight tickets, hotel, everything, right?
Yeah, but then you have no time to enjoy.
But you gotta deliver.
No, but then like for example, like if I shoot clubs, for example, I've done touring with like Dutch DJs. We finish work at 3. They finish the set at 2, chill until 3, and then go back to the hotel at 4, and then at 8 we meet in the lobby and start taking a train or like the plane to go somewhere else. It's hard, man. It's hard, man. Yeah.
Well, what was extra question. What was the best experience on the touring? Like, it could be the DJ thing or just a festival gig. Like something you won't forget, stuck in your head, like memory forever.
I think in general, just seeing the people reactions of them, like to the music, I think it's really mind blowing. Because Hong Kong is, like to me, Hong Kong, the audiences sometimes a bit, they have a very small mind of like
reserved.
Yeah. But then for example, if you go to China, like people go crazy no matter what you play, and they enjoy your music. It's like you feel like they went there for music, like the reason to enjoy music, and they want to dance, like for example. But then you can't see much here. You can't see much here. People have like too many different reasons to go to festivals here, right? You know, I'm not going to name the name, but for example, people just want to get drunk.
Yeah, I mean, I've been to one, and
everybody has
drunk on the influence of something else.
Yeah,
and you just see them I'm like, yeah, I'm sober, but I'll just drink a bit. Yeah. Enjoy the music.
Yeah.
And other than that, do you do hip-hop tours as well?
No, I've never. I would like to try it.
If you ever, let me know who you got to reach. See if we can connect dots. I'll keep rapping though.
You keep
putting
rapping.
out content.
Keep your good stuff.
You'll never know. Opportunities are just around the corner, right? So, yeah, cool. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I guess that's about it. Once again, Kenneth, Hector, Kinetic Outcome. Pleasure having you, man.
Always. Thank you.
Our aim is to provide value, so if you like what you watched, make sure you hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. I'm also a financial advisor based in Hong Kong, so feel free to check the description box for my details and email or DM. And if ever you need video and photography services, the phenomenal videos you're watching right now are filmed by 𝙆𝙤𝙣𝙣𝙣. Lastly, if you love hip-hop music, rap, R&B, singing, whichever that sounds amazing to your ears, because I always do a lot of experiments with it, feel free to drop by my channel at SCF Saint or Saint Crossfade. Appreciate you for being part of this episode and more to come. Till next time.